And now it is next time.
It is indeed.
Ah, damn you. We were just wanting to say hello!
Those shrink bats are always there when you come out of the save room. It's really annoying.
I would prefer they weren't, but, you know, what are you gonna do? Seriously. Get better tourism. Fucking Talon 4.
There's no one at the reception desk at the tourist center.
Tiki. For here?
Yeah, either through the tunnel or just jump to the other side, whichever. There you go. Now, I don't remember if we came up here last time that we were in this vicinity.
Hmm.
Well, we're not quite in the vicinity yet.
It's seeming familiar.
Yeah, we definitely came this way, because we had to. This is the way to the bombs.
Bombs?
Speaking of bombs.
Bombs? Just a safe path through the lasers, I guess.
Yep, it's that door straight ahead that I don't know if we went through last time. But regardless, that's the way to go.
Okay.
It looks like we did go this way because the room is already orange, so take the spider ball path.
Ah, yes.
For whatever reason, the collision on that particular spider ball path is weird, and you can sort of jump up the track. It's really odd. I've never managed to do it personally because it's hard, but it's definitely a sequence break that people end up doing a lot.
Oh, it's hard. Oh, Jesus. It's been a while since one of these.
I like how they put it over the tunnel so you know which way to go as well.
What is this otherworldly pestilence that infests the land, seeking out life in its blind need for Metroid Prime 3 corruption? And where did the meteor that brought it originate? Was it crafted by alien hands, or is it a roving chunk of a planet that suffered a violent end? Our minds quail in horror at the thought of that long ago in some corner of the universe, as yet unseen by our eyes. An entire planet was perhaps once coated with this great poison. Whatever cataclysm may have ruptured that doomed place must have been mighty indeed, and if other meteors from it spread through space, bearing this evil to the far corners of the universe, we hold fast to the hope that this is not so, that the only surviving remnants of this evil are here on Talon 4. Then at least there is hope for its eradication.
Well, I got some bad news for you, Chozo. One, you're dead. Two, there was a whole bunch of those things.
Yeah.
The good news is that Samus does get rid of all of them in Prime 3. There is that, but there was definitely more than just one.
Hey. It's bowling time.
More things to scan.
More things to scan?
Yeah, there's 3 lore scans up here.
Jesus. Well, I guess this is the talkie episode.
Recording to logbook.
Gotta hold it. To the Entrusted One, if you read these words, then our hope has not been in vain. Your path is fraught with danger. Monstrosities beyond description lurk in the shadows, starving, hunting for prey, searching for ways to quench the poisonous urges that bloom in their brains. Some of these are shrewd, but they are blinded by their evil designs. Believing in the black promise of the great poison, they seek to harness it for their own ends. It is these last that are the greatest danger. When you rid the universe of these creatures, you will be the true Entrusted One.
Wonder who that's for.
Recording to logbook.
None know if our temple, the Cradle, will prove powerful enough to contain this evil forever. For now, it wraps around that abomination, cutting it off from the world above. However, we believe the power of Cypher, which has been produced by linking the 12 artifacts, should be strong enough. The fate of this world is now left to the one who will collect all the artifacts in the future. The time when the Entrusted One knows is approaching.
That's weird that it says, we believe in the power of Cypher instead of the power of the Cypher.
Yeah.
I think I misread that when I went through this.
Maybe they're just a big fan of Cypher from The Matrix. You know, he kind of had a point. Many Chozo are gifted with a distant sight, and even more begin to learn it as our harmonization with the universe becomes more and more complete. We peer forward, seeing prophecy in the ripples of the water, hearing rumors of coming days on the breath of the wind. Wow, breath of the wild, breath of the wind. Though we celebrate the distant sight, many of these visions are dark. The worst of the prophecies, and the most common, tells of the coming of the worm. Born from parasites nurtured in a poisoned womb, the worm grows, devouring from within, until the world begins to rot. Raw. Not all prophecies come to pass, of course, but we cannot help but fear this dark portent.
Yeah, that seems kind of rough. That is for a morph ball, boost ball, spider ball puzzle in this room that leads to a missile expansion.
Okay. Interesting.
You've got to boost all the way up to that track.
I can do that.
It takes a while to build up speed.
Momentum!
And I hope you had fun, because you got to do it again.
I'm okay with repetition.
The Chozo are big fans of it.
They sure are. I'm assuming these little black blocks are where they expect you to boost.
I don't think it really matters as long as you're close enough to hit that. Wow, you're doing pretty well with the boost ball. I have trouble with these.
Well, you know, I suck at everything else, so it kind of balances out. I'm going.
Yeah, you have a small time limit to get on this thing before it raises back up.
Is that the one I was going for, or are there more?
Nope, that was it.
How'd I get here?
To the left, there's a way you can get out. There's a opening. There you go. And now back up to where you blew that thing off the wall.
Okay, could have phrased that so much differently. Hey Tom, you done blowing that thing off the wall? Just give me a second.
Well, I could have said that that thing where Samus blew the Chozo.
Yes, yes indeed. Really, guys?
More of these things.
Come on. Just embarrassing yourself. Don't say a word.
Hey, remember, on hard mode, those things will shred through HP.
Oh yeah.
And this is actually where we're meant to be introduced to the Chozo Ghost, so we sort of fought more of them than we were meant to here by going to Sun Chamber.
Give me a second, I'm scanning everything in the room first. Aberration, Chozo Ghost. Okay, well I don't have the X-ray visor yet, so...
They are immune to everything but the power beam. In fact, even normal missiles don't hurt them.
Interesting.
Super missiles and power beam shots are the only things that'll hurt them.
Do you think that's because it's Chozo technology?
I think it's more just because they're on such a spectral wavelength that things like electricity, ice, and plasma and fire, you know, don't hurt them any.
Right. Watchful guardians of tombs and shrines.
He awaits the orb.
He does. Orb acquired.
Hold Spider Ball.
Good job he told me that. Hell yeah, baby. This is a fun room.
Yeah, this is another one of those iconic rooms, not least of which is because of these things, where you have to use each of the beams to get something.
Alright.
And there's a tunnel right here that leads to a missile refill.
I guess I could use that.
I think this is actually the first time we can find one in the game.
We may have passed one before. Maybe it got cut out in editing and whatnot.
I'm trying to remember if there's one earlier, because I don't think so.
Well, that's what the audience is for.
And the track moves. And you must once more present the orb.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. Oh, hang on.
Recorded to logbook.
Things bound to earthly shapes are temporal and frail. Existing in a single dimension, they are fragile, vulnerable, and ultimately mortal. However, not all things obey this law. Shapeless, they wait beyond the realm of perception, emerging only when one arrives who can feel their presence. Such is the will of the Chozo. Our will to defeat the evil seeping into this planet remains. We desire only to see the darkness meet its end. The will of the Chozo has no mind or reasoning of its own, though. This will be the Entrusted One's trial. Cool. Thanks for making terror ghosts, guys.
I like the pirate lore scan that talks about the Chozo ghosts and how they're so freaked out by them.
Yeah, honestly.
Because their technology doesn't hurt them. They don't have the power beam.
I'm just gonna go back to sleep. Honk chew, honk chew.
And don't forget to scan the thing here to turn that force field off.
You got it. Oh yeah, a little bit of a shortcut.
I hope you like the boost ball because you're going to get to use it again shortly.
Huzzah! I sort of remember this room.
Mm-hmm. These things again, which are mostly just an annoyance more than anything else.
The stone toad of yore.
I always remember this thing requiring power bombs instead of bombs, but I think that's because there's a very similar pool of water on a boost ball half pipe in Prime 2 that does require power bombs in order to break the thing.
Right. Ah, nice.
Oh, I thought we were on the other side of the room. Whatever. I definitely thought this was the other room that has the new item in it. Jump across to the other side.
But what is in here?
We're going to go that way as soon as we get the item, so don't worry about it.
Well, okay. Da-da-da. Lol. Moral of the story? Don't suck up the first boy you see. Hell yeah, baby.
It's a new beam, and it's twice as nice because it's ice.
Perfect for the Christmas season.
And now combat is, I'm going to be honest, a lot easier if you have missiles, because a lot of things die instantly if you freeze them and then hit them with the missile. Can't do anything this way, unfortunately.
Well, okay.
So back into the save room and that tunnel that was there.
Sorry, we don't accept balls.
You cannot save as orb. This is another one of those really, really long backtracking segments to pick up one item. and then we come all the way back here again.
That's fair. That's just part of the Prime DNA.
I think we actually do go right by the ship, so if you wanted to drop into the Artifact Temple, we could, unless you just want to save it for the end of the game.
I mean, if we're going there at the end of the game anyway, we may as well get it then.
The spiky ones are only vulnerable to missiles or the plasma beam, because I guess it's hot enough to penetrate their shells or something.
Ow. I'll be back for you.
Poison grass.
Missile. Ice door. Just say what you see. Say what you see. Oh, I know where we are.
Sadly, we can't do anything here yet.
Lol.
But we'll be back here probably during the next session, I would say.
Am I jumping down?
Yep.
All the way down?
Yes. You're heading across the water.
These poor fuckers. So not into the ship.
Correct, because we don't have anything to get through the water that is inside the ship.
Oh my god, Barry! You blow him up! Yeah, you were right to run. Oh, so slow. What are you looking at here? Yep, that's it, alright. Stop messing with the force of nature, Jesus. They'll never learn.
I wonder if the space pirates are working with the Phazon planet from Prime 3 yet. I would guess not, because Dark Samus doesn't exist at this time.
Yeah. What are, like, strategic meetings with Dark Samus are like? Yeah, does she, like, sit at the table? Does she, like, provide feedback? What's going on? I just like the idea of Dark Samus in a suit. Just like, yes, this week's forecast is looking pretty good, actually.
Just doing the stonks meme.
Yeah. Booyah. Right, which way, Spore?
That door right there. We are heading to the Root Cave to go back down to Magmoor Caverns.
You got it. Sorry, guys, not today. Bit of a headache.
Call it brain freeze. Up.
Okay. Up is...
You could go back through the ruins, but there's no point.
Speaking of up is and remakes, I recently did my first time run of the Super Mario RPG remake. It should be all done by Christmas Eve, so if you want to check that out, the VODs are ongoing on the YouTube channel right now.
Yeah, from what I heard, that was a pretty fun stream. I didn't want to watch because I didn't want spoilers, but I plan on playing the game myself sometime next year. Almost certainly going to be a rental for me because money.
Okay, you going down?
Yes. Yeah, we don't have any of the stuff that lets us get to the top of Root Cave just yet.
Sadly, no. These things just burst, they're that weak.
Yeah, this is the actual brain freeze. They explode into ice chunks.
Are you mad, Samus? Going into a fireplace with ice?
I don't remember if the original game had the distinctions on the scans to show that it's like Magmoor Caverns East. I want to say the original game, or at least one of the versions of it, just said it was to Magmore Caverns and not like any specific area.
Right.
This door right here, because you want to take the spider ball path. We're basically backtracking through what we did at the start of the part after Thardis.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember there being an ice door there. Third time's a charm.
Yeah. You can actually use the ice beam to freeze those flame jets, now that you have it. Fire at the jet itself where it's coming out.
Whoa,
There you go.
look at that. Yeah.
It's like the platforms in Hollow Bastion that you can freeze with blizzard magic.
God, there's so much stuff in that game that, like, the everyman is not going to know about.
And I feel like that's mostly the case with KH1, and they didn't have as much of that in stuff like 2 and 3, which is kind of sad, but I guess it's sort of a product of limited development or stuff like that, because they put more, like, real content, I guess you could say, like story and combat and stuff, into those games.
Also, it was being made by Square at the time and not Square Enix, so maybe there were just different design sensibilities.
This is true. KH2 did also have Buena Vista Games helping with it. You might need to go back to... yeah.
Jesus.
There we go.
Sorry, folks, Mr. Spot Check there was talking about Kingdom Hearts. Got too happy. Thanks, asshole box.
I don't actually know what Buena Vista Games did for KH2, if they were just part of the localization or if they helped with the actual, like, full-on development of the game. I always thought it was weird that they were, like, part of that, because I don't know anything else that that group has done.
Oh, I'm getting turned around now. Flustered, even.
Still no health drops. You're heading back to a save point, so it's fine.
Very cool.
Nice to see you.
Die.
Yeah. Now, these guys are actually smart enough to dodge the shots a lot of the time, so even though the ice beam does make it easy, it doesn't make it too easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, this is the right way, by the way.
Okay. Sorry, still flustered.
Lava does that.
I'll get over it. Motherfucker. I'm shooting 1,000-degree lava, what do you want?
I was going to say, definitely use the save room.
Oh, Daddy needs heals. Right, back down.
Up, but yes.
I know how elevators work.
Well, just look at it this way. Magmore Caverns is below Phendrana Drifts because fire is in the core of the planet.
Okay. I'm not that silly, Spar. Spider Ball?
Spider Ball.
Yeah, Spider Ball.
And then they're going to tease you with that energy tank that you can't get.
Yeah, I need the plasma beam for that.
Ice cannot break ice, strangely enough. Now this room is always confusing for me, so I apologize if I do send you in the wrong direction here. There are 4 wave beam doors, and they all go to different places.
Jesus. Did I spy a missile expansion in there?
No, that is a health pickup.
Useless to me.
that door right there, I believe, goes back into the lab, so we never need to take that way.
Let me out. I don't like the labs.
And I think that purple door right there is the one we're going through.
Hello.
More of these guys. The ice version, I think we've run into these once or twice. And more of these things, just as a barrier in this doorway.
Well, okay.
Recording to logbook.
Glider. Good for you.
If you actually read through the entire scan, it talks about how those things are friendly and will not attack anything. And people actually do contests to see who can hang on to the gliders as long as possible.
I completely forgot about the Hunter Metroids.
There are versions of the game where they do not appear in this room, which would explain why.
Lol. Okay.
So you're going to need to destroy all these stalactites to make jumping points in this room.
Right.
Like that lock-on right there, and there's one to your right.
I see it.
Might have to jump back up to the higher ledge to see that one. Lock-ons are weird.
Oh, bet ready.
I think that the wave beam door that's up this way that you're heading is another save room.
Works for me. Hell yeah. The mines.
Oh, the mines.
Pretty cool area, but difficult.
It sure is. I had some trouble with jumps more than anything else when I was doing my recording. I think there was one point where I was trying to... at the end of the game where you head back into the mines, I think it took me 15 tries to get the jumps right. Don't think we can get that yet because we've got to grapple across to the other side, and then you can target a stalactite that's otherwise impossible to reach.
Look it up.
By the way, there's a fun thing with the morph ball where if you keep charging it and using it without holding forward, your speed actually increases exponentially. Because for whatever reason, when you're not holding forward, you don't hit a speed cap.
I do like when speed become big.
I don't think we can do anything at the top of this room. No, because top of this room requires power bombs and grapple to do anything. We have neither of those.
So down.
Down into the cold, cold water.
Okay.
With these things, who are some of the most annoying enemies that I can think of in this game. Missiles. Oh, it's just at a weird angle where it's hitting his armor.
You sure?
Pretty sure, because when they've got their armor open and showing the orb like that, you should be able to kill them. I think it's just because you're below it.
A gel zap. And it's at the top of the food chain.
Yeah, just leave it alone. It's not bothering you.
Ah, stuck. No, I'm good.
I do like the underwater music. As much as I hate the underwater movement, the music is on point.
Well, who likes really being dragged down to molasses pacing? Like, ooh, I love going slow. I love obeying the law. I'm gonna go play GTA and not shoot any cops.
I think I know who you're talking about with that.
Well, I'm not exactly Saul. Is that all of them?
There's one more off to the right, but you've got to circle around before you can target it.
Okay.
And these, I forget what these are called, but they'll phase in and out of view, and they'll hit you while you're on these things and knock you into the water, just like that.
Good.
So there you go.
That's how it's done. That's how it's fucking done. Not this time.
Pretty sure this is the right way. Yes. This is heading towards the gravity chamber. I hate this room for a number of reasons, not least of which is being underwater.
You got phasalophobia or whatever it's called?
No, it's kind of just part of the I hate the restricted movement kind of thing.
Okay.
Also, not being able to see underwater hurts it as well. The other reason I hate it is because there's a missile expansion that you have to backtrack way, way late in the game to pick up. It's so far out of the way that it's a bit ridiculous. The tentacles, you have to hit them at the top, at their tip, to stun them.
Okay.
We're almost there, Tom. Just a little further and you'll be able to see.
Oh, yes.
Damn! That thing knocked you into the stratosphere.
I don't need you. I don't need any of you.
We do need the thing that's in this pillar, though. Circle around to the right some. There we are.
Oh, God bless. Yeah. Yeah. Really?
Jump up with that holding forward and then double jump forward. Yeah, underwater jumping without the gravity suit kind of sucks, and collision will just eat all of your momentum.
Hell yeah, baby.
Fortunately, we never have to worry about that again now, because we have...
Da-da-da-da!
the gravity suit. Wow, I had to wait longer for that than I expected.
What if it was purple?
Did not like the gravity suit as a kid, now I think it's pretty neat. At least in terms of design.
I really like the one in Dread. Hinder these nuts, bitch.
As now we can see clearly underwater as well, which is probably almost as important as the movement. There's some platforms that we can jump up to above now.
Ah. Indeed there are, Spa.
And like I said, there's a missile expansion above that you need plasma beam and grapple to get to. So that's like basically the end of the game before you can get that.
Not yet, for sure, for sure.
Hey look, more of these things. Which I don't believe can be frozen, sadly. can walk out the door and they'll just forget you exist, though.
Yes, very good, very good.
Doors have weird powers in the Metroid universe. I think I talked about how the Metroids themselves will die instantly if they touch a door.
I've played Kingdom Hearts. I know how doors work. Alright, so, this way.
Yeah, this door.
We got a little bit turned around there, so apologies for the scuffy edit.
Trying to remember which way to go while Tom is playing is harder than I thought it would be. I'm not saying it's because Tom's playing, I'm saying it's because I'm not the one playing, and I'm not in control right now.
Oh, I see. Alright.
I would have the same problem in any other game that I know very well, because I had the same problem in Xenoblade a bunch of times, remember?
Yes, you did.
It's just trying to think about where to go while I don't have the controller. It's weird.
Got his ass, did you see that?
Yeah, that was pretty nice.
Thank you. Where the hell am I going? This way.
More flying pirates, you say?
More?
He moved into that one.
Yep, entirely on him, not me.
Okay, so I believe we were heading to the very tippy top of this room.
Tippy top it is, Spur. Fuck me.
These jumps always get me. I cannot go through this room without falling at least one of these.
It is ice, to be fair.
Like that. Or stuff that you just bump your head on.
Ooh, boy.
I feel like they just kind of intentionally made this room really annoying to jump up by putting stuff like that in the way.
Or maybe they made a perfect game without zero flaws. So my brain kind of shut down halfway through that sentence. I hope it came out right.
Probably no worse than me saying falling instead of failing. Do not be lured by this door. This is not the correct door.
You are the false prophet!
We've already got the artifact that's in the lab, so we never need to go back there again.
Ah, God bless.
And the things that were crawling through here before are gone now.
Bugs. Don't like them.
Ice parasites, I believe they're called, and pretty sure they show up somewhere else if you happen to miss the scan by now.
Alright, down or across, Spur?
Down.
Okay.
And we're backtracking through the same place that we've been through twice already. Because that's just this part of the game.
Well, we're like in the mid-game now, so it's to be expected.
Feel free to save behind you.
I will. You never know when you'll need 2 energy tanks.
Hey, in this game, that's pretty true. Just don't accidentally step into the hologram again.
Let the many drums commence.
You could just ignore these guys and run past, but they looked at you funny, so they have to die now.
Hell yeah. Which way? This way. Not this time.
Can't do anything up there yet.
Okay.
It would be really fun if we could, because getting the plasma beam early would make a lot of things easier. They actually added a bunch of rocks at the top of that room that require a power bomb because people were sequence breaking the plasma beam too early.
At least you can, like, sequence break at all. That's the mark of a dev who trusts the player.
Yeah, they fixed some things like that were, you know, just completely unintended, but they've left a lot of things in, to a certain extent. The way speedrunning works in the remaster is very different compared to the original. To get technical for a moment, in the original Metroid Prime, every room is basically inside of a box, and inside that box is where physics work normally.
Right.
Outside of that box is what they called the Ether. This name existed before Prime 2, where it was the Ether was the name of the planet. In the Ether, Samus cannot fall, and she will rise slightly at a very slow speed. So what you can do, you can't jump in the Ether. So what you can do is you stand on the edge where the Ether and the regular box are at, and you go in and out to jump up and gain a bunch of height.
Okay.
Very interesting, very fascinating. You're going up.
Okay. Thank you for cutting yourself off mid-rant, though.
Well, that was pretty much the end of it. I would recommend checking out randomizers, speedruns. Metroid Prime 1 and 2 are really cool for that stuff. There's not as much in 3. Sadly, they shored things up quite a bit so that it was a bit more stable in that aspect.
Fair enough.
More of these guys because they just kind of pop out whenever they want to.
Yes.
I guess they're just having like a family meeting or something and Samus interrupts, so I guess it's on us.
Well, that's why I brought extra missiles. Never leave anyone out.
I thought you were going to fall for a second there.
Me? Never.
Never fallen in my life.
That is very satisfying.
Yeah. Even more satisfying with the plasma beam when they just kind of incinerate to death. Once more with these guys that pop out. Just one for the fun of it.
Didn't need to do it, but it was funny. Ah, my beloved ship. Hunter class and gunship. It's registered. Don't worry, it's not illegal. And this is where we're actually going to call things for this week's session, because Spar has to go do stuff, and I don't know, I have to sit here in my chair perpetually.
Well, we've got some big stuff coming up next time, so we'll save it for the next session.
Indeed. We'll see you next time, when, thanks to our newly acquired Gravity Suit, we can enter the frigate. See you then.